Hello to everyone, this is Vishal, and now we have another session of the day, that is the multi-bindings, as you see on my screen, and it is a part of the dagger, as the dagger session be going on. And I really appreciate the comments I have seen the last week, and lot of queries put up by the users, some new users added to my channel, so I'm giving thanks to all, and that inspire me to give you the new videos in my channel that be helpful for you. So I really appreciate those comments, and I will solve your queries as much as possible from my side. So thank you so much. And as I described you on my last tutorial of View Factory, that we have to work on the multi-bindings and how we can map the things, because of in the future we have a multiple view models, and how we can map and set these kind of multi-binding techniques on the view models. So that's the approach. So first we have to know about what exactly multi-bindings. So today's session, in which I will describe to you what exactly the multi-bindings and how we can use it, and how the dagger implement the things with that multi-bindings. And once that the view model factory funda be clear to you, now today I've described multi-binding, so it's also be once this clear to you, then I will merge both the things in our view models, and how we can do that approach with the view model factory to multi-bindings, and how we can map that particular view model. That is the case, and that is the scenario. But today we focus on the dagger and multi-bindings. So as you know, that's a simple dagger. We have a module, we have provide, singleton, lot of stuffs we have discussed last time, and in my simple dagger tutorials, as you know about. If you are new in the dagger, so first you have to see my previous tutorials related to the dagger, so you can learn. And as I described you last time, the dagger designs law and devices is based on the Java specification. So this is the simple theory, but how it works, that means our efforts, our lot of work, we can whenever we use the dagger, it become easy. So we have a module, we have a provides, we have a inject, we have a components. These four things once we learn, then everything should be easy. And I describe you that was simple modules, provide, inject, component, and singleton, the use of them. And we are working with the dagger 2.16 at this time. And I describe you what is the simple dagger example, one of my video. If you don't know, you just use that example and work on that dagger. So now we have focus on the multi-bindings. So multi-bindings means it allows you to bind several objects into a collections, even the objects are bound in different modules using the multi-bindings. And dagger assembles the collection so that the application code can inject it without depending directly on the individual bindings. So that means there will be no depending. And we have a two kind of multi-bindings, that's the set multi-bindings and the map multi-bindings. Multi-bindings, the funda is that if we have a multiple collections, multiple repository, multiple methods be there, so how we can get the things from that particular repository method or particular view models. So we have two ways, so we can find that. The first approach is sets. Once you make a sets of all, and then get the things on your main activity using the component. And the map multi-bindings, so that means we have a string key on that case, and we map all the things one by one. So that is the useful funda is map multi-bindings. Set is very rarely used, but I will describe you. But whenever we use the view model factory, as I described you on my previous tutorial, so the multi-bindings map is useful in the future, that I will describe you in my coming videos. So whenever you create a set, I described what is the use of provides, what is the use of component, what is the use of module. Generally what happen in a dagger, I give you the steps. Number one, we simply create a module, and in that module we have to provide some methods, and that methods, when we provide it, we can get the things on our component. Component is a simple interface, and interface we can say it is a bridge between your module and your activity. So whenever you define the map or set, you just make a bridge of component and then get the things very easily, and that activity we can map or set the things be using that. So I will describe you one by one how we can access that. So on my screen, if you see that whenever you create a set, so we need these things: provide, Intoset, and to continue on the entry of multi-bound set, add a method module that Intoset. And whenever you create a map, we need a provides, Intomap, and one more thing that is called a string key, because of we have to map the things, and the map is working on our string and whatever be our method mapping. So if it is a string, then we can string mapping on that case. So dagger lets you use a multibindings to contribute entry to an injectable map. To contribute an entry of the multi-bound map, add a method to a module that returns the value. So that means first we have to create a method. It is static or whatever be that, and you can get the things from your repository, from your model, whatever be it is. You just take it in your module, and that module you have to pass on your simple component. You have to create there some component method that you have to implement by the dagger in your main activity. Okay, so I will describe you practically on that case. So first step is making module, that I will describe you. This is the Android Studio, and in this Android Studio on my screen I just make a two text be here, and yeah, very simple. This is our activity, so that's called be a dagger mapping. So here we have to create a first thing that is called module, my module. Say okay. In this module, what we have to do, you just make a at module. You can see that this is our module and it's our class type. And in this what we needed, we need a set. First I will create a set to you, that is the provides. In a module we have always provides. If you do not know about these things, you must watch my previous tutorials of the basics of dagger. There be the 2-3 tutorials. First you have to learn the basic concepts and then go for this. So this is provide, this is into set, and then after into set here we have a method. I'm just creating a static method at this time. So this is our string, and that static string I'm giving the name. This is your my string 1, and here I'm returning this. This is my first string. So that means first we have this is, it gives into set. Okay, now it is fine. So this is a method, that means it is in either in your repository or you can get the things by the view model, whatever be. Okay, so you have to use this method here and copy paste and give the others, because of I will describe the two sets here. So this is your second string. So this is called the set mapping. Okay, sorry, this is called a set only, and now we have to go for the mapping. So for the mapping, again we have, this is the map. Okay, so here what we do, you just simply say provides, this is your into map, and this is your string key, and I'm giving this string key the first or my first. Okay, and in this I will describe the method be here, one more method which I need it, static string, and that string is my map string first, and here I'm returning this is map string. Okay, so that's and this is, we can say it is a first. Okay, and it's a very simple. And now what to do, you just copy paste it and give it my second. That means if you have two view models, different view models we have, but that is not our approach. I will describe you that is little different when we use the view model factory be there, but I just today it is multi-binding video, so in which I will describe to you how just simply make map and set the things. So here it is, you can say this is a map string second. Okay, so this is our module that's called MyModule. Now we have to go for another Java class, and you can make it the component, and for the component I am making it as my component. Okay, and which kind of it is, it is the interface. So this is my component, and add component, and under that what we doing, as last time I describe you, here your modules, and here my module dot class. So here you can use the multiple modules and then get the methods be here. Okay, so here I need a set. Which kind of set? I need a set of a string, because our method be a string kind. So this is a string, and that string I'm giving the name as a string get values. So this is your set kind, and this is your map. Here we have a string comma a string. Actually this, the purpose of doing this, first you have to familiar about the simple set and map things in your Dagger, how you can access, because of when we use this the view model factory to our view model classes, so that's become little tough. So first you clear your funda. So string string map values, you just make two functions be here, so we can get the things beyond your activity, and this is our main activity. So before that, because of I have to use this my component be here, and I described you many times that we have to first rebuild, because of it creates the class for you, so you can get access that component. So I have to get access the things, so just build it. Once it built, then we go for our component in your main activity. Okay, so till I'm taking the text views, as we have two text views on my screen. This is the first text, and this is the second text. Okay, we have a two text be here, and on this text we have a first text, this is the text view. Find view by id, that is r dot id dot what I have given. String set. So this is the string set. Okay, and just copy it, paste it. This is your second text, and this is called your string map. So we have two different text forms. Okay, now here I have to use the component values be here. So that means how we can get access. So you have to create the my component, that is your dagger my component dot create. So you can see that it works, dagger my component dot create. So simple. Okay, and now you have to get the things be here. So how we can achieve this? That is the simple approach in which we have to get the things. So what to do for that? You just take a first string, and that string is your first str, and here I want to map these things. So you can say string map values dot get, and I want to get the things be here as a, what is this? This is my first. Okay, so I'm mapping it very simply, yes, and just copy paste it and make it a second string. And what is the name of this? My second. So this is my second. Okay, and now on my first text dot set text, I'm using both the strings be here, first text plus first string and plus second string. Okay, so here you can see that, and for the set values, what to do for that? What to do? I'm just using because of that is the set kind of things, so I'm making a set, and that set I am using my component dot string get values. And here on my second text, let's see if there be any issue. I will make it looks different. Now this is the set. Okay, so let's see and start it in a Jenny motion. What is our answer? So simply what we have, we just give we focus on our module. Whenever you work with, first you have to create the modules, and then you have to create the my components, and then you have to use that as in a map. Okay, so that's very simple. So once it built, I will describe you. This is my old application. I'm working on this. Okay, so you can see that on the screen. This is a map string first, this is a map string second. So this is the mapping values. Because of, you can see that I'm just give the map my first, and it gives the results to me as a, this is my first mapping, and my second string, this is my second string, and here you can say this is the, this is my first mapping, this is my second mapping, and this is my first string and second string, that is the set of this here where it is, yeah. So you can see that. So here we have a map, both the maps, and here we have a sets. So that's very easy. How you can use and access the things as in a map or as in a. So whenever you will work with these components, and you can get access the things by the mappings. But in the future video I will describe to you as in the mappings with your view model factories and how it works the things. So first in this video you just learn how we map, how we set, and if you get any issues you just discuss about me. I will upload this tutorial on a GitHub, so you can learn that. So this is a very simple dagger mapping, that is the multi-binding approach. So multi-binding, that means we have many data or many methods, many repository, and we have to bind that. So that's the simple scenario. And in my coming videos I also will describe to you some data binding techniques that makes your project easy. Okay, so thank you for the day. I will describe the things on the next video. Thank you so much. I have to wind for the day. Thanks.